Can you hear me right?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can see
I
you.
Yeah, that's nice.
So,
So,
firstly, I want to
how's the weather? Is it all good now?
everything is positive.
That's really nice.
And
So, what
from
do you
your
want to
side,
talk about? Yeah, it's good. It's a very sunny day. It's a hot day. So, in the north, we don't get a lot of monsoon, so it's a very hot day here.
awesome. So,
Yeah.
firstly, I want to thank you for accepting my invitation and
Well,
allowing me to talk with you.
thank you for asking me. I have never done this before. So, I'm really kind of thrilled to, share my views like this. Like I have done through writing, but this is the first time when I'm talking face to face. So
So, I want to introduce you to my audience.
okay.
So, can you tell about yourself to my audience and to the people who watches this video from any part of this planet?
Yeah, so I am a writer. I have written my own book, but it hasn't gone for the publication yet, to the publications yet. I'm still editing it. I have spent a quite amount of a good amount of time on it. And the process of writing that book has been a true journey for me. Like I have discovered so many things about myself, and this is one of the reasons why I actually got into the stuff that we are actually I want to talk to you I mean today. So I'm a writer. I'm also a content writer. I write articles and blogs. That's professionally. You can say professionally. Right now I'm freelancing because of this pandemic. But yeah, that's me. But I'm
Good.
very well allowed. I have always been interested in uh, learning about this and finding motivation, because this is finding inspiration and motivation has been something that has always been really, really hard for me, because I have always been kind of a person that I kind of feel like I don't belong between the people I actually live with. So, like my family and friends. So, I have always seen myself as, oh my God, like, am I am I even right to be thinking what I'm thinking, because I'm always thinking about myself. So every time I do something, every time I think of a thought, every time I want to read a different kind of a book. So am I okay? Am I right to do this? Like when I started the book that I have written is in the genre of thrillers and horrors and supernatural and YA fantasy, right? And nobody like in my vicinity, like in my family or friends, nobody reads these kind of books. So in a very very early age, when I picked up on these kind of genre, when I started to read, and nobody else was reading it, so it kind of freaked me out. Like, what am I doing? Am I doing this right? So it from a very early age, it made me very fearful of making choices. And when I actually started to write, that was like 15 or 10 years ago, when I actually got into writing and started learning making stories and getting hold of imagining good characters. So that's why I started to realize that no, it's not. I mean, if people around you are different than who you are, you actually do not need to, suppress yourself. And that's actually what got me started learning about more about myself and how we are actually, since our childhood, we are programmed to be in a certain way, and not all of us are, get molded into the ways our parents wants, or the society wants. So so through this book and through writing, I actually learned a lot about myself, and this is actually what I really learned, that I am here now today with so much understanding of myself and knowledge about myself and others too, and of others too, not just myself. And I just want that how much I have understood of about life, or about from my own experiences, about failures and about success, and about finding inspiration or anything else that there is. I want to like teach that now. So this is what I am actually very motivated and very fond of doing like presently. Yes.
Do you have blog? Your own blog?
I just started. I've recently started writing articles for myself. So in July I started posting. I've made a good good amount of list of articles that I will be writing. I'm currently working on an article that is on visualization techniques. So yeah, that's for meditation and that you do. It's like visualize something before you get into it. Visualize. Sorry, I'm kind of nervous to share
No
my use.
problem. Feel
Can you like
comfortable.
understand me? Am I like making sense or not?
No, no,
I
you
am
are.
very insecure
I
about
can
myself.
understand
I'm
you.
very
Yeah.
insecure. Yeah, that's really nice. So, tell me about something about you. I mean, I mean, why are you doing like interviewing people? I watched so many videos of you over YouTube and over Insta, and I was and I really wanted to know why this guy is doing what he's doing. Like, what is the thought? What's your thought behind this? Because it's a really nice thing that you are doing, and I would like to know like what's the thought behind it.
So before telling that, I want to tell people that where you are from. You are from India, right?
Yeah, I'm from India. I live in Gurgaon. My hometown is Gurgaon. I was brought up here.
North India.
I have a family. North India, yes. Haryana
Okay.
state, to be very
Haryana.
precise.
Yeah. So you asked a question to me. So even I'm like you. So I thought I'm not suiting to the world where I am. So people around me are not thinking like me. I thought that I am not like people who are around me. I think I'm something other than what I am. So I thought to do something which I didn't do before or which nobody did. So
Yeah,
I want to tell to the world that there is a human being who can communicate and connect with any
yeah.
human being on this planet. And I never seen any kind of thing in YouTube or anywhere, any blog or any
Mm.
blogger or vlogger or doing this. I never seen. Maybe he's there or she's there, but I never seen. But I thought that communication skill and I am a writer too. I have three blogs, and recently I have two more blogs, and one is about
Okay.
human psychology and one is about computer science. I did masters in software engineering.
Wow,
Uh, so
that's
yeah,
really nice.
so
Wow.
I don't want to get into that field, the
No,
software side.
no, that's I love. You know one thing about me, I learning about myself, and I'm always curious, learning more about the person I'm talking to or the person I'm interested in. So if I see a person, maybe an actor, maybe a motivational speaker, if you heard of for certain podcasters over
Yeah,
YouTube. So there are
yeah.
many. So like I will literally follow them everywhere. I will like to know about their personal life because this is something. Because these are the person that I relate. One of the reason that I'm talking to you right now because I relate to you in a certain way because the thought process you have, the experiences you have had, it molded us into a certain new kind of person. A new version of us, not the earlier one, the confused one, the fearful one, not that one, but today who we are. We have come out of some things, and we have become something new, a very like updated, a new version of. I don't like to call it a new version. Actually, I just wanted to call it more developed self, and we have become that, and a lot of people have become that, and a lot of people are still on the journey of finding themselves and becoming themselves and coming out of their fears and coming out of the struggles that they are facing, some family problems, some emotional problems, whatever that they need to sort things out. I mean, they have their experiences to live, come out of, and I totally appreciate that people are doing this because so many people are not doing this. So many people just either they do not have this awareness that if they have a fear, why do they have a certain fear? If they feel bodacious, like they don't feel they have so many choices in their life, why? I mean, why are you feeling that you don't have a lot of choices in your house, I mean, life? So it is a process, and whenever I see a person who understand these kinds of things, they understand the meaning of fear. They understand when you are not allowed to do certain things. What is like telling about myself, and I like to listen to other people. Yeah, and that's why I find you really highly inspiring. Because you have talked to like people around the world, and I thought this would be a good experience. Even if nobody is going to watch this interview or this conversation, I'm still going to go for it, because I want to talk to the person who has talked to so many person all over the world, and I just want to get into his head. Like, I want to know what he's thinking, and I want to know what he's going to think about me when I'm going to talk about him. Talk to you. Sorry. So I am a very curious person. I just need to know one new genre of books, and I would read it if I am interested. I just need to know if there is certain kind of knowledge that I don't have, that is out there, and I don't have it, and I will go for it. So yeah, that's how it has been for me, and it's still going to be for me as far as I can see it. Yeah,
So let's talk
and I
about your
think
writing. Let's talk about your
yeah,
writing,
sure.
and you're a reviewer too. You'll talk about the books
I am a reviewer.
that are published.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
when you started writing, and who inspired you, and who inspired you, and tell me about your writing, and about your how you see the perceptions of the people, and how you see the books that are written by so many people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think every book that is out there that is written is an inspiration. Be it a bestseller, be it a book that is published and only read by 5 or 10 or 50 or 100 people. Every book that is out there written is a story and is inspiration. And I have every. I don't think I have book that I have ever read. I hated it. I don't remember even reading newbie book like first debut book by an Indian author. I don't want to like degrade anyone, because they did a good job. They have a published book. I don't even have that. So but what had me going, what started me on this path of writing was actually one day I was with my friends, and she gave me this book, and it sort of opened this new world for me. And I realized that the words that they are written, the narrative that they first person narrative and second person and I realized, I kind of talk to myself this way too. Like, it's not about that I'm reading it, but it's like since as far as I can remember, I have observed people around me. I have observed my father's doing, what are his habits, what am I doing, very conscious of people around me. And I think when I started reading, getting into books and started reading books, I realized there is a lot more that I can see and observe. And that's what had me writing, because I could, when you write, it's not just words and stories and characters. It's something that you put kind of a part of yourself on a paper. You put your experiences. If you have a certain favorite color, you put it, you make that favorite color your character's favorite color. If there is a cafe or a restaurant that you like going to, you would 100% write that about that cafe in the in that book. I have done that many times. So yeah, so when I started writing, it actually made me, grow. How? Because I started observing more. I started learning more about people. I started learning more about myself, because I didn't know. Because when I read the narrative, the story, the structure of a character, the problems of the characters, I realized that I have the same problems. I might not have the same story, but I had the same problems. And I started to grow out of those problems. So reading, not just reading, and not only writing, but I think both of the things helped me grow. And that growth that happened many years ago, like a decade ago. I think I'm 28 now. So it was 2010 when I actually started writing, very immaturely and with a lot of grammatical mistakes. Like, I don't even want to talk about. I would never read that story that I have written. Like, I would never go dive into that again. but it really made me a very conscious person. And that's why I never stopped writing after that, and I never stopped reading.
So, what is your favorite genre? It's okay.
My genre is
Yeah,
fantasy. I don't even read that much horror, but I would read fantasy all the time. I love reading about witchcraft. I would love reading about supernatural book, all the vampires, Dracula, and everything that is blood and magic related. I will read it. And
okay.
I
So,
like classics, reading classics. So I love Anne Rice and Stephen King. And I've mentioned Dracula. Yes, a big fan of that. Big fan of all the TV shows like that. I don't watch anything else unless it's very very trending and very very popular. I will read it. So yeah. And true, I think by the time I was writing, I think the book Secret came out. Do you remember in
yeah,
2010
yeah,
and 20?
yeah,
It
yeah,
was like it was trending. Two of the books were very like on the tips of the people. Like everybody was talking about them and everybody was reading them. One was Many Life, Many Masters, and one was The Secret. And I
yeah,
got those books too. So, like both the books, I got them, and I started to read Secret. I used to go to the college, and used to take me 2 hours to get there. From I live in Gurgaon when college was in Delhi, and I used to read Secret in metro. I for 1 hour every day. It was a good time for me. Everybody used to say, "How are you traveling? Like, is it not like too much for you to travel 2 hours to just get to our college? Like, how are you even doing?" But I used to love it. I used to get 1 hour in a metro, and I used to read books. And when I started to read, and I realized that there is so many, like, I'm being very curious right now talking about its secret. And then I started to learn more about the universe, the concept of universe. And I think by now you know what I'm talking about. It's just not about visualization or manifestation or making an intent or do's and don'ts. No, it's bigger than that. And that really actually that's apart from being a writer and a reader or writing or being interested in making stories. When I read Many Life, Many Masters, that is about reincarnation and past lives, and then I read both. I read both of the books very simultaneously, I think. um, and I've read them multiple multiple times. So, and that opened up a whole other, like, a complete new world. And then I reading, and I think I've read Deepak Chopra after that. I've never read Osho. People ask me, and I know I've never read Osho. Like, I'm not that intelligent. Even if I'm going to read it, I have attempted of reading Osho's book, and I don't understand after 2 days. I like my brain shuts off after 2 pages. I'm not just there consciously. But when I was reading The Secret and Many Life, Many Masters, I learned so much, and so much of that I had in my life. All the things that I cannot explain, all the synchronicities, and everything that I was, the dreams, the things I would see in my meditation. It's very cliche, like to say, but only the person that have experienced this will tell you the very true things about it, and not, uh, a common person would. And yes, after reading those books, it actually helped me learn a lot about myself and how I am connected to the universe and my higher self. And I learned the concept, and the day I learned the concept of higher self, it was through a friend. It was through a friend, not through a book. And yeah, and that was it. I was on another journey of it, and this is like, there have been certain things that had it not happened in my life, I wouldn't have been here with the things that I know about myself, and I have, and the understanding that there is. So, what do you think about the universe? I mean, I would like to know. You have talked to so many people, and you have, like, you yourself a writer. I would like to know, what do you understand of the universe? What do you think it is?
yeah, yeah. I think about everything. People, they write about their imagination. Everybody will say the same that you said. They live in their own world. They mostly, they don't connect with people. All the writers with whom I interacted with, they don't spend much time. They are not social people. They are not like connecting with the social world and interacting. They spend their time mostly in their rooms, or they have separate place, and they'll sit there and they'll think. They'll just be in their world, and they just like you, they feel the same. Like they feel very curious. They feel very happy to write something that comes in their mind. They see a lot of things, and they just want to be themselves. Every book they are published, I interviewed with the people. I interviewed the people who wrote books by sitting for 5 years, maybe 10 years. One person yesterday, I did a video with a person who wrote a book. I mean, who is a writer from 1998, but published book in 2019, which is about 15 years. And I asked her why you took that much. I asked her why you took that much time to
Yeah.
publish your books. So she said, you know, I was an introvert since my childhood. So I don't want to put my thoughts or myself, outside using any kind of a medium. So my husband encouraged me, and he pushed me, and he allowed me to do this. And now the book is released, and the second book is ready to release in December. So different people have, that's how different people have different imaginations. They are just putting their whatever they think. Different people, from different parts of the world, they have experience. Everybody is a human being. At the end of the day, they have the same emotions, but the thoughts are
Yes.
completely different.
I'll tell you why. Tell you why that is. Because we are all psychically connected. We are all psychically connected. How did I learn this? I used to get these, recurring dreams of world ending. Like there is a apocalypse. Sometimes there is a biggest earthquake that is happening, and I'm in this building, and I would literally seeing concrete fall to the ground. And everybody is just looking to escape the scares or like whatever they're finding. I would dream about volcanoes erupting, and I would dream about floods. And I had one friend, and he was a healer. And I told getting these dreams, and they're very disturbing because I don't want to be in ever be in a situation. Actually, witnessed it, but this in my real life, it's very scary. Even in the dream, it's scary because you. I mean, imagine if you're standing right there and a earthquake hits. What are you going to do? First of all, you're going to be very confused. Is it an earthquake? Is it like you're going to like think about it? Is it happening for a little bit of time, like a couple of seconds, or is it going to stop, or is it going to escalate, or is it going to like destroy the building that I'm in? I don't want to be in a situation like that in a real life. Nobody wants to be. And I was getting these dreams like every second month. Sometimes I would get four in a month. It was like I was in a different plane then. Like I don't even want to exaggerate it. Like it is what it is now, and I want to talk about it because I want to know because I have met people now. I have talked to people now that have had the same experiences. And by the time, I mean, a couple of years ago in 2016 or 2015, when I told him that I'm having these dreams, and the guy tells me that, yeah, people are having these kind of dreams globally. Some are painting about it. Some have painted these kind of dreams, these floods, these fires that you are talking about. And I'm not kidding. This is the truth. And I started to think about it, like why this is what it is. And and I accepted it. Like, I mean, a person comes and tells you like the kind of dreams that you're having. I wasn't this awoke then. Like I didn't know so much so much about subconsciousness and collective consciousness and collective subconsciousness then in 4 years ago. But I do now. I understand how this works. I didn't then. And he started talking about Matrix, and he started talking about how we are living in a program and how we are like all connected to the higher consciousness and higher, the thing that we call God. The thing why I'm calling God thing, I don't know what it is. But I think we are all our own gods. I genuinely think so. We're just on a different plane. We're having different experiences, just burning our karmas. So that happened, and it totally got off my mind, and I didn't realize it until I started reading more books. Deepak Chopra was one of the person. and Dr. Shiva. These two people, I heavily learned because every time you pick up a book by Deepak Chopra or any video or lecture that you're going to see by the Deepak Chopra, he always talks about higher self, always talk about meditation and higher self. And that's why that's where I learned it, that we are all psychically connected because what we are experiencing this globally, you know, and that's why we get the similar dreams, similar experiences. So every like whatever 180 years or 20 years, whatever the pattern is. It is crazy and it's okay. You can totally not believe on it. I didn't when I first learned it, when I come face to face with it, when um, when I was introduced to it, it's fine. But we are all cyclically connected, and that's why I forgot your question, but I knew that this was the answer. Sorry. You were talking, yeah, about second thing, why it takes a longer time to finish the book, because writing is a scary process. Let me tell you, writing is a scary process. Why? Because when you are thinking of a story and the story is inside your head, you know, it is much easier to imagine it, to have the character going whatever you wanted to go through, the sadness, the hurt, the heartbrokenness, whatever the experience that you want the character to have in this story. And the challenge is not of thinking it. The challenge comes when you're starting to write it. Sorry, I'm getting messages. Yeah. So the dauntless, that the problem that you're going to face is when you're going to write it out, because when the you can only write that much that you have learned. So if you're not learned enough, you're not going to able to write it. And sometimes we want that we would write the story that we are writing very beautifully and very with perfection, and the perfection doesn't come, you won't be able to finish it, because every time you're going to reread it or edit it or even try to like finish it, it's never going to speak to you like how you want to speak to yourself or the readers. It's never going to make sense to you, and you will never able to like put a full stop on it. And this is what I faced when I was finishing my stories. But what I started to do, I started to read more, because I was conflicted. Like I didn't know how am I supposed to pick up on the next chapter or finish this one. So I really really started to leave blank pages. Like I would come back in a couple of weeks or maybe couple of days, and I would finish it, and I wouldn't, and I couldn't do that. And I started to find out, yes, I'm just going to go with this now. And I started to find out, and I realized there is always something that there is wrong, or incomplete, or something that is not making sense in your story, in your imagination, that story that is you're going to think, that you're going to write, and that's why it's not getting on the paper. And that's why they say the only way of breaking through writer's block, or breaking through a story or get it on the paper, is through writing. So the more you are going to write, the more you are going to cancel out everything that you do not want in a story. So if I don't want character to be wearing a green shirt, how am I going to realize, or how am I going to know that it's not going to work? The green shirt is not going to work on the character, or the any moment of sadness, or any moment of transformation, or any moment of change that I want to uh, put in, or make in the story. It's not going to work. It's only through after I put it on the paper. If I like it, obviously I'm going to keep it, and if I do not like it, obviously I'm going to rubbish it. When I found there was two. I think there are 3 points that I have made in my story where I started to have problems. There was one when so my book has timelines. There is a timeline of 1864, India 1864, and there is a timeline of 1930, so the time of independence, before the time of decade of independence, and then 2018. So three. So when I was writing these three timelines, I had a massive setback, because my English had to change. People today how they talk, how they behave, how they speak is very different when they did in 1930, and it is very different when they did in 19 sorry 1864. And I was writing about Darjeeling, so I have never been to any other place, like any other state. No, I have never stepped out of Haryana. My family has been very, my family is very introverted, or maybe like we just don't go out. We just like our own companies and our relative company, which I hate. I'm sorry. So it was a challenge for me. How did I find that this was the problem? Because I didn't know a lot of history, and I didn't know about the lot of culture and people. And the moment I learned more about the culture, and the moment I learned more about the history, the more I learned more about how people talk, how people they were. If you're witnessing a marriage today, how different the ceremony is of the ceremony that happened in 19 or 30 or 1864. Massive difference. You would not have a DJ. You would not have any songs playing. You would not have those kind of clothes. Nobody would be stealing your shoes or anything that there is. It is going to be very natural, very original, and very very basic things. I mean, in a middle class family, we're not talking about royals. I have never been to a royal family. I don't know how they do. So the moment I started to learn about that, it automatically switched on my writing, and the flow came in. So I think the more you learn about the characters, how do you do that? You have to learn more about their surroundings, and you have to learn more about their challenges that they're facing. And how do you do that? You learn about those challenges and those environments and those transformation in real life. Because how real do you want the book or the story to be, as real as the actual real life is? So I think that's a perfect solution. It worked for me. I don't know if it could work for others or not, but it worked for me. And that's how I break through it. Learning more about the environment, the past, the history, the people, the culture, yes. And I actually fell in love with it. I read many books on ancient India, and I started reading and I started learning about all these sites, and it got connected with the person the human beings we are today, and the human beings we were, and the huge manipulation that we see that has made in the form or in the name of history. I mean, it's totally it. This is something that I learned now and today, and I really would like to talk about it, history. I mean, it's very, very manipulated by Muslims, be it by Muslims or be it by other French people or Persian people or by British people. Yes, we know a lot less now about India. We know a lot less about India. Sorry.
Nice. What is the unique thing that you observed in you and that you didn't find in any other author or any other writer?
I don't know really. I mean, when I look at a person, I actually look for their qualities. I never thought that I would find something that is in me how I am. I actually procrastinate a lot. I am a biggest procrastinator. Like I would sit, write something, and I would pick up a book and start reading it, and I would not write throughout the day. So that's definitely one quality that I have in me. Where every writer out there, every blogger or every an author out there, they say write every day, push out paper, push out pages every day. I don't do that. So that's a uniqueness, a bad I mean a bad characteristic that I have. But yeah, although I think a consistency uh, would something that I would really relate to other people, other authors, and other writers and me. Because wherever we go, we see the story happening. So even if I'm in a cafe, or even if I'm in a wedding, or even if I'm just walking on the road and I see this house that is very, very beautiful, I find it very beautiful. Why not just give that house, give the exact characteristics or feature of the house to the character out there? I've done this. Like the girl in my story, the girl in my book, I was really finding it hard to the kind of house that I want her to have, and I wanted her to have a good house. So I was walking one day. It was a couple of years ago. I was walking one day, taking a walk, just going to the store, and I see this house, very contemporary, very good build with a glass walls, and it's a very modern house, and I really loved it. And I said, why? Okay, then I found my house for my girl there. So I think every writer that is out there would totally relate to this. Every person that we meet, everywhere we go, everywhere, everything we experience, we like to write about it. If we love it, we like to write about it.
Do you have anything to say to the authors, writers, and the publishers who are watching this video from anywhere?
For the, I don't think I'm in a place where I could give advices about writing, but if I could, and if I want new like authors to know something about their book and know about writing, keep writing. The more you're going to write, the more you're going to figure out your stories and your characters. Don't avoid writing. If you like facing problems, or you're finding challenges, writing, especially writing, the process of not even the imagining the story or like making outlines, or you know uh, subdividing those outlines and making tasks. Oh, this is what I'm going to write today. No, 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 no. Just sit and write the chapter that you want to write, be it the baddest, the trashiest chapter that you're going to write ever, but write it out. I have done this and I hated it, but the moment I finished it, I knew what I'm not going to write about. I'm not going to write about the shittiest dialogue that I have written. The next time I'm going to fix it. So yes, the only way through is writing. You just write it out and read a lot. Reading helps. What reading does, it polishes up your mind. You're never going to face a problem while imagining. Never you would the ones are going to read 5 books of your genres. Do not care about the story. Do not care about the what the character is doing. Are they magical? Are they fighting? Are they they are in the war, or they're in the love story. They're romancing, whatever. Just read. What reading does to you, it opens up your mind. It fills you up your mind with words and the knowledge of sentences, and you absorb a lot when you read. You seen yourself before reading a book, and after reading a book you feel the change in you. You become better at narration. You become better at conversating. You become better at it gets very what did I say, quick. Quickens your process of writing. So reading is something that I've found very helpful, and that's one of the reason I don't read out of my genre. I don't read any thriller. There is one book, it's called Gone with the Wind, and The Girl on the Train. My sister and I got them together. She got her own set, and I got my own, because we don't share books. We have our separate books. And I never read them. And I started to read them, and I think I finished 2 chapters, and I couldn't go further than that, because I love. It's not about that I'm very close minded or very bodacious about what I'm going to read or what I want to read. It's just my soul, my nature, my happiness, that when I read a book and you feel it, like you feel uplifted, you feel inspired, you feel, oh, like you are in the world, you feel the book, you feel the words, you feel the story, you feel the characters. I don't do that with other genres. So I am heavily um, indulged in reading my own genres, and this is one of the parts that I have. And I don't like it, but it's okay. I would love to read something else, but I don't. So yeah, the advice would be to writers is write. The more you're going to write, the more you're going to read. It's not even about vocabulary, to be honest. It's about the flow that you put on the paper. When you get the flow, not the flow that you get the flow, you get inspired, and you started writing. You when you write, when you write, you have written a page or two page, and then you stop writing because your momentum breaks in your head. When the flow breaks, the momentum breaks, it's going to show on the paper. So the more you're going to write, the more you're going to get the flow onto the paper, the more you're going to get fluent with the narrative, and that's very important. So that's become that can be achieved very easily through writing and reading. So write a lot and read a lot. Try to read a lot the genre that you're writing. That would be my advice. For publishers, I don't know. I would like to know more about agents actually. I've been thinking about getting about publishers. Be a little lenient on your writers. Give them better deals. I think a better percentage from your profit. It takes a long time to write a book. It's a hard work. So
Thank
what do
you.
you have written, Sai? What do you have
Yeah,
written?
I just explain the experiences that I experience every day. I just observe things. Whatever I observe, I'll just put it on my blog. There is nothing
That's
that
actually very nice. I love that. I love this kind of writing. Even people who make video, no, not the videos, but podcast about it. That are very natural, very raw, very daily routine oriented. Not even daily routine, I would say, but it's not formed. It's not something that you would outline. It just you feel something, you experience something, and then you go and write about it. You go and speak about it. You go and put it in your novel. It's something that is actually very beautiful. Sorry.
okay, nice. It's nice to know about a lot of things from you. A lot of people who watches this video from anywhere definitely will understand and will get some points which they don't know, and definitely it will be helpful. I'm sure because you look like very experienced. You look like a keen observer. You look like a voracious reader. You look like very deep thinker. I'm sure I want you to continue your journey. I want you to be in your own zone, be in your own imagination. I want you to
Thank
be
you.
yourself.
I
I
wish
want you
I
to,
wish the same for you. I
I
wish
want
the
you to,
same for you. And I adore people like these. I adore people who are deep thinkers, who are philosophical, who understand human psychology, who are keen to know and learn more about human behavior. Oh, don't even get me started on human behavior. It's people need it's prime time that everybody should get on this journey of knowing more about themselves. It's prime time because things around us there is you would see a lot of what do we say politics happening. I mean, you can see the news of today. I mean i mean it's
yeah,
fine, you're asking for justice and it's totally fine, but you don't have to politicize it. So there is literally, even if you're going for a job or an interview, even if you have a family, even if you have your own kids going to the school, you don't really know, are they on the right path, are you on the right path? So it's prime time, everybody should learn about themselves. they should Everybody should learn that they have so much potential in themselves, and this is one of the things that I have learned, and I have did, and I have tried to make everybody that has been in touch with me, be it a friend, a family friend, or be even a stranger that I got got in talking to on a bus or a metro. I would tell them, just follow your heart. The more you're going to listen to yourself, the more that you're going to develop that psychic abilities, not the psychic, the mojo or the medium. No, 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 no. The more you're going to trust that gut feeling, the more you're going to learn to listen to your intuition, the more you're going to learn about yourself, the more you're going to trust yourself. It's going to develop, you know, it's going to develop through time and through your experiences. And when you are going to get that, you are going to become more confident. And that's how I have become more confident. And I and I love it. I actually want to learn more about this, getting more confident in certain things because I don't feel a lot. I still think that I'm lacking somewhere with the topic of confidence. But yes, So what I want people to really take away this conversation with you and me, that please start to learn more about yourself. Learn what inspires you. You know, find out things that makes you more fearful. Work on the fear, work on the problem, work on the challenges that you face every day, even it's a little. I mean, if you don't want to eat a certain, or you don't want to, take a certain kind of milk, and you want to go vegan, go for it. Because if you have a want of something, or if you have a challenge or a feeling, a challenge of something, it's not coming out of from, like, it's coming out of you. The more you're going to go after it, the more you're going to discover, more you're going to discover yourself. And that's what I want everybody to do. That's what I have done, and I'm sure that's what you have been doing too. Just going after everything that your body desires, or your mind desires, or your heart desires, or whatever that intuition, or if it's the inner voice that you have, that you want to listen to it more. That's what I want people to do. Listen to
So
it
thank,
more. It's not
so
going
thank,
to leave you astray. It's not.
thank you,
Yeah.
Imani, for giving your valuable time to me and telling about a lot of things. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Can I
this
can
was
I put
this
this
was
video on my YouTube channel with your permission?
If you find it worthy, you can do whatever you want with it. If you find it worthy, then please go ahead.
Thank you. It
Yeah.
contains a lot of
Yeah,
information.
it
Definitely,
was
it will be
really good
useful for
talking
a
to you.
lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah. It was really nice talking to you, Sai. Thank you
Yeah.
for having.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. Keep going.
You too. Take care.
Yeah. Take care.
Should I close that?